When Giancarlo was in high school, he was 17. The complainant was 14. And this was a dishonesty about age situation.
You have this on your record, and you're going to have to register.
Unfortunately, he's young and immature and didn't realize what he was exposing himself to by getting involved with someone blindly through Snapchat.
So here's the thing. It's best to walk through the front door instead of sneaking through a bedroom window or sneaking in at night and the parents not knowing. You understand?
If I may be able to attend church again.
Oh, no, we're not even at that point. We're at the point where you're on deferred adjudication. You're looking at 20 years in prison.
Well, it's clear that this situation is layered with complexity. On one hand, the legal framework is designed to address serious concerns. But on the other, the consequences can be disproportionate, especially when dealing with young people who might make errors in judgment. The digital world adds another layer because the lines between online and real-life interactions can be blurry, and misunderstandings can be easily misinterpreted. It's a tough situation that calls for a careful balance between accountability and considering the specific circumstances, especially when the potential consequences are so severe.
And are you Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Armstrong, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of attempted aggravated sexual assault of a child? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, I
Showing
do.
you that there's a $1,500 fine. State recommends deferred adjudication. State will take in consideration NIMAG number 650055. And there's the Chapter 62 registration and compliance. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement? Then to the lesser included offense of attempted aggravated sexual assault of a child, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. At this time, state for State's Exhibit number 1 and its attachment.
No objection, Your Honor. We've been.
Court will accept into evidence States Exhibits 1 and attachments or review the same. All right, after reviewing States Exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding of guilt if you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing? Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, this was a bad, terrible mistake that Giancarlo made. Unfortunately, he's young and immature and didn't realize what he was exposing himself to by getting involved with someone blindly through Snapchat. I know he regrets what he did, and he's going to be a lot more careful in the future. I met with both of his parents, as he's adopted, and his grandmother. They're very supportive family. He's already signed up for 3 different alcohol and drug anonymous groups for counseling, and he's getting his own counseling through the family. The members of Cornerstone and the church itself, the people who have known him, have been very, very supportive. He's hoping to go to college. I hope that you accept the plea bargain that we made. If he does go to college, I would ask you to think about that in consideration of his community service hours.
Anything you wish to say?
Just that you allow me to go to college. I want to go to community college so I can start learning either sports kinesiology or plants and horticulture. So, thank you.
All right, you are welcome. All right, this is what the court is. How old are you now? I'm sorry.
19.
So here's the thing. These cases, they are sort of like strict liability cases. The only question is the person underage? If they are, then that's it. But here's a hint for you. And this is something that young people should understand. Don't go over to a parent's house unless the parents know you're there. And it's best to walk through the front door instead of sneaking through a bedroom window or sneaking in at night and the parents not knowing. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you employed? What are you doing with yourself?
At the moment, I've just been signing up for the Center of Healthcare Services, running classes and counseling. I've been trying to find a stay-at-home job. I'm on 24/7 house arrest, so I'll be allowed to work. I have to start applying at places around me.
All right, what are we doing? Are you still on house arrest?
Yes, ma'am, 24/7.
All right, so what are we doing with the GPS for him?
Judge, I believe at this point, with the no contact order in place and the fact that these two unrelated individuals, it would be appropriate for him not to be on GPS full house arrest anymore, so that he'd be allowed to.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Are you still asking that he remain on GPS, or can we remove the GPS?
It was not part of the plea bargain, Judge, and so as it was conditioned upon, my understanding is that it would be lifted.
All right, so this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. Agreed removal of the GPS. Take in consideration night bag number 650055. Chapter 62 registration. 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get that, but if you do, 40 of the hours will be deducted.
Wow, that sounds like a really complex situation. It's definitely interesting how different laws can be applied, and age differences can sometimes play a huge role in sentencing. It's understandable why you'd feel like the punishment doesn't fit the crime, especially if it feels like the nuances of the situation weren't fully considered. It really highlights the importance of judges looking at each case individually rather than just applying strict penalties.
I will deduct the remaining of the hours if he obtains a degree or some type of certificate for training, because he needs to figure out what he's going to do with the rest of his life. In person or Zoom, regular UAs. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Pass.
Okay, so we're going to do regular UAs. I'm going to, we're going to do random UAs. And I'm going to want a drug test today. And I'll grant you 8 years deferred adjudication. Probation, is there any, field visits? And we'll do field visits 2 times a month for 6 months. And if there are no issues in 6 months, we'll go down to field visits, regular 1 time per month.
Your Honor, if I may, he lives in a home. He has brothers and sisters younger than him.
Okay. Let probation know.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you need in order to be successful?
No, you're right.
All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Armstrong, you made your life exceptionally harder because you have this on your record and you're going to have to register. You understand? All right, good luck to you. Probation will speak with you.
And are you John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you were placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0686 for the offense of aggravated sexual assault on June 14th, 2022 for a term of 8 years. Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Violated condition number 1 on or about the 12th day of August 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, John Carlos Cisneros Armstrong, committed the offense of failure to identify in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
And Your Honor, we've waived the other violations alleged in the motions.
All right, any objections to the waiver?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of conditions 1 and 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations conditions 1 and 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violations 1 and 1 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Your Honor. The defendant has agreed to state ISF, Judge.
Okay.
And that is the agreement, Your Honor.
Is this just state IS cognitive?
It is, Judge. We checked a couple of days ago. I believe it would be a 40-day wait inpatient and I believe a 90-day inpatient after that. So he's aware that he's looking at a commitment of 130 days.
All right. And is he eligible for state ISF?
Your Honor, he will be. I forgot to mention. He pled true to these 2 violations. The state is going to TIC the underlying.
All right. And what are the cause numbers?
You
You can talk.
I've got them for you, Hank.
Oh, thanks.
Your Honor, one of them is 714734.
Mhm.
The other one is 714735. They were both out of the same incident.
All right, the court will find violations of 1 and 1 true. Probation, are you in agreement with this recommendation? Yes. All right. The court will deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include state ISF cognitive, take in consideration 714734 and 714735. Mr. Armstrong, is there anything else you need from the court so you can obey the rules and be a productive citizen?
May I speak on his behalf, Your Honor? He
No,
was,
I want to know if there's anything else he needs.
Oh, yeah, there's one thing, Your Honor. It's
Yes.
just if I may be able to attend church again.
Oh, no, we're not even at that point. We're at the point where you're on deferred adjudication. You're looking at 20 years in prison and you picked up 2 number ones.
Yeah, it's a tough situation where the law can have some unintended consequences. It's understandable that people feel frustrated when the system seems to lack flexibility to consider the specific details of a case. The long-term impact of those labels can be pretty severe, affecting people's lives long after the initial situation. It's a delicate balance between protecting people and making sure the consequences are proportionate. You can definitely see how the strict replication of certain laws can lead to outcomes that feel less about justice and more about following procedures.
So what I'm trying to figure out is what is your thought process that you're not thinking and it's not at the forefront of your mind that you could be doing 20 years in prison? I'm sure your attorney has spoken to you about this. I don't take any joy or pleasure in sending people to prison. When I place people on probation, I'm hoping that they're going to be successful. I want them to be successful. I want them to turn their life around. I don't want them to come back before me unless they're coming back before me to say, I've learned a lot. You'll never see me again for this. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
So I'm talking about in terms of that. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, then I'll sentence you to state ISF cognitive, taking consideration 714734 and 714735. Once you're released from state ISF, you need to immediately contact your probation officer. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record from here on out. Everything that you do, you need to ask yourself 2 questions. 1, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 20 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. All right, and are you Mr. Armstrong?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're here, defense, you're requesting that his residence be moved, is that correct?
Your Honor, was a request by the defendant, and I am assisting him with that. Probation had sent a motion last week. I was notified of the hearing today, and so I'm standing for Mr. Armstrong.
All right. So the location that he's moving in, and I think everybody understands the court's concern as far as having children in the household of a certain age. So do y'all want to address that?
If I may, Judge, this case stems around when Giancarlo was in high school. He was 17. The complainant was 14. And this was a dishonesty about age situation. Nevertheless, it doesn't make him any less guilty of it. And he took responsibility, just as the summary shows. Even today, he's still taking summary or accountability for his actions. At the bottom of the page, I believe it shows that's exactly what he's been doing. And what you see is that he's been doing better. He's been attending to his probation. Furthermore, he's been working actively with Amazon. He's about to get a promotion to where he's able to work full time. And this decision actually goes to his growing responsibility, and that he's got a baby on the way, and he's trying to basically save whatever money he can to be able to give that kid a good life. And so that's the purpose behind him moving in with the family, so that can help to alleviate some of the bills. So that's why we're asking, Judge. I mean, if the court feels the need to assign any other safeguards, I guess. He's doing polygraph. He's doing his homework, doing everything that he's supposed to be doing for his SO education. So we just ask that the court take that into consideration.
State.
Judge, the state's position is that obviously because of the actual what he's on probation for and the ages of the other minors that are in the household, plus we don't have any testimony from anybody in that household, whether he should be allowed back there or not. But the main concern is obviously the age of the minors that are in that household.
I can speak as an officer of the court that I've been in touch with his father, as well as he has family members who are in this court today who are standing beside him because.
All right, so let me just tell everyone what my issue is and what I need to make a decision. What I need to make a decision is not here today. This is what, in the court summary, it says that the treatment provider can't make a recommendation on his request because they need certain assessments to be done. So once those assessments are done, and I have a recommendation from the treatment provider, if the treatment provider says no, I'll still keep an open mind to consider certain things, but I will not move forward on this without a recommendation either way from the treatment provider, because I feel as it would be wrong for me, because this is very serious, and it would be wrong for me in my role as protecting society to move forward when your treatment provider says they can't give a recommendation on your request because there are certain things that you need to do. So once that assessment is done, you can reapproach and I'll reconsider. All right, thank you.
I understand your frustration with the situation. It sounds like you feel the court isn't considering the specific circumstances of the case, especially the fact that the defendant has been living under deferred adjudication for a long time. You're pointing out that the original incident involved an online interaction where the other person lied about their age, and you feel that aspect has been overlooked. It sounds like you believe the court should consider the spirit of the law, not just the letter of it, especially given the impact on the defendant's life. It's understandable why you'd feel strongly about this perspective.
Yes. All right.
I got a hard copy if you want it.
Oh, I'll go on the email.
Also, I do have a letter from the family, his father, with regards to the moving in.
Okay. All right, thank you. So did you read, the court had some questions because I wanted to know what the treatment provider was saying to get their input. So it appears that the treatment provider said that he has done some classes and that they are in agreement with him moving in with his family with the following conditions that are set forth in the letter, which is he remain in good standing with probation in the treatment program, contact with his siblings and the newborn child. Once the child arrives, he must be supervised by an adult family member or his girlfriend, and no contact with any other minors. Complete the polygraph scheduled in 2025 and complete the chaperone contract. And so your parents and your girlfriend, they're going to have to participate in the chaperone training. If they do not participate in that, or if they don't follow through, then you're going to have to move out. And I know that some of this is dependent upon them, but those are the rules. You understand?
Yes. And Your Honor, the girlfriend is present and she's nodding and understanding at this.
All right. So, State, do you have any objections with the recommendation from the treatment provider?
No.
All right. Then what we'll do is I will order him, Miss Abrams.
Yes, Judge.
He's allowed to live in his parents' home, but he's to meet all of the conditions that are listed in the letter provided by Officer Cruz. So if you fall out of compliance, there's not going to be any question immediately. You're going to have to move out. You understand?
It sounds like you have a strong feelings about the situation you described. It's understandable to feel frustrated when you think a punishment doesn't fit the circumstances, especially when you believe someone made an honest mistake and there were misleading elements involved. The legal system can be quite rigid, and the consequences for certain actions can be severe, even when the people involved are young. It's clear that this situation has a significant impact on your view of fairness and justice. Sharing your thoughts on platforms is a common way to discuss these kinds of issues and connect with others who have similar concerns.